to do is I just want to finish off the section that you have. Just make a real short video on section 4.8. We had 3 problems left, so it shouldn't take long. But this is a way you're going to be solving these when you hit Math 980 or Math 970. So I wanted to show you a way to set up these equations so that you can get rid of the fractions. Okay? So if you want to solve an equation, you see all the fractions that are floating around in here. And if you want to solve an equation so that these fractions are gone, what you need to do is figure out what the least common multiple would be, or what that common denominator would be. So if I'm looking at 10 and 4 and then 10, the first common multiple they have, if you look on your multiplication chart, is 20. So what you want to do is you want to basically just multiply each term on both sides of the equation by 20. Do you see how I just put a 20 in front of you, in front of you, and in front of you. And then you just need to pull out your calculator. So 20 times 3/10 is 6. So instead of 20 times 3/10 x, it's going to be 6x. And then 20 times 1 over 4, it's minus 5. And instead of 20 times 9 over 10, I'm going to put 18. And see in front of that x. So now you see, look, we got rid of the fractions, right? And so now it's just a real basic equation that we have to solve, no problem. So I have this lonely x. If I have a lonely x, I want to get all my x's with it. So I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. And then to get the x by itself, I'm going to divide by 12. So there's your answer. X is equal to negative 5 over 12. All right, let's try another one. Let's try this guy. All right, so I want to get rid of the fractions. Okay, so look at the two denominators, and the first common multiple that they would have in common, look at your multiplication chart. Scan down. Do you see 24 is the first multiple these guys have in common? So what we're going to do is everyone gets a 24. You get a 24 in the front. You get a 24 in the front. And you get a 24 in the front. Okay, so take your time, pause the video, pull out your calculator, and figure out what that would all come out to be. Okay? Alright, so I'm hoping you pulled out your calculators. You don't have to use a calculator if you don't want to, but it will always give you something, to give you the answer very quickly. And remember, you shouldn't have a fraction anymore. The whole purpose of doing that was to get rid of the fractions. Okay. So let's combine like terms. So 8 minus 24 is negative 16. And when we divide both sides by negative 16, we have negative 15 over negative 16, or how about just 15 over 16 is equal to x. Not so bad, right? It's not too bad. So let's try this guy. So take a pause, turn off the video if you have to, and figure out what the least common multiple would be. All right, look at your multiplication table. I'm hoping that you said it was 12. So you get a 12 in the front, you get a 12 in the front, and you're going to get a 12 in the front. So basically we're going to multiply every single term by 12. Now remember, there's really a 1 understood here, so it's 12 times 1 over 6, if that's the way you want to think about it, right? So 12 times 1 over 6. So this will simplify down to a 2 in the front of that x. So that's not so bad, right? This up so you guys can see it. Minus, and then on my calculator, I've got 12 times 2/3. Let's try that again. So minus 8 equals, and now remember, there's a 1 understood here. So it's 12 times 1 over 4. Excuse me, and that'll get you 3. So 3x. See, isn't that nice? Like all the fractions go away. It's just so nice to not have to deal with the fractions anymore. So let's go ahead and solve out for x. So I have this lonely x, so all the x has got to join the lonely one. So let's subtract 2x from both sides. So we'll just have negative 8 on the left-hand side, and then 1x on the right-hand side. If you need to, like if you want to divide by 1, you can, but x should just equal negative 8. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video here. All right, and then I'll upload this one just to wrap it up, and then we'll start with some conversions. Okay, so I'll see you with the next video with conversions.